Outlast Trials. Outlast Trials. So the leaks are kind of big right now. Some of the leaks that are coming out. But I am starting a podcast, so my third channel could be used up more for uploads and stuff, so I can actually start getting some stuff up on here. I think the last upload was like a month ago. And then I did some weird film thing, testing effects. That was 4 months ago. But yeah, I'm going to start uploading more or less either films. So either films I develop in the Source engine, or podcasts, or just filming me doing weird things. I don't know, just weird stuff. But this is not so weird. We're going over some Outlast Trials content without visuals. If you want to head over to the latest video that was uploaded this morning, April 19th, to see some of the leaks I went over so far. So far, I just went over the legendary outfits that were leaked and the gear, some of the gear that was leaked. But it seems like more people are wanting me to go over the rest of the videos, so I'll do 2 videos per episode on the main channel, and I'll be getting these podcasts up as well. So it seems like I'll be uploading just some Outlast content right now. So yeah, that's okay though. I like Outlast. Outlast is it's spooky. It's pretty cool. I should also mention that these will not be, the audio will not be edited or hold on, let me turn that down a bit. The audio will not be edited for these podcasts that I get up. And they're not going to be like hour-long podcasts or something. It's just going to be me briefly talking about my thoughts and what I think of the leaks coming out. Let me just turn that down a bit more. So if we're reading, so this game originally I thought it was going to be released in full release, but now they've decided, because in one of their episodes they were talking about the audio and stuff. In one of their episodes, they talked about, they essentially talked about, will Outlast, how long will it take? And the one guy said, that designed, one of the horror main characters, the mommy chick, I forget what her name is, and she's like a mom figure, but she, in the Outlast Trials horror game, I don't know, I forget her name actually. Anyways, he helped make a lot of the characters, and he said it might take 4 years. So they said that like a year ago. Obviously, the game is now coming out in early access as of May 18th, 2023. It's official. The planned release date is 4 weeks from now. 4 weeks from now. And I should also mention quickly that I still am getting over a mild cold, so if I sound weird, it's just my nose and me coughing every so often and sneezing, but I'll try not to do that too much, or I'll mute myself and blah blah blah. Anyways, I just wanted to mention that. But the planned release date is May 18, 2023, so it says approximately 4 weeks from now it'll release. So we got about 30-ish days. I think, is it more than that or less than that now? Still, but yeah, it's about 30 days. So in the meantime, I'm going to be covering all the leaked content that gets released. I haven't seen anything from the main 2 YouTube channels I found or the Reddit posts going over the leaked content, but if we go to the Reddit, there actually might be photos or little short skits. I have to log in? Apparently I have to log in. Hold up. I'm looking at this like, what? I have to log in? I'm just going to be looking at this while I talk to you guys. Oh wow, this is. How did they know I like Destiny? That's weird. I'm like, I have to create my avatar, and they know I like Destiny too. We're happy you're here. Okay, China. um. Yes, China does own a lot of the Reddit stuff. Okay, anyway, so the top post was posted 3 months ago. It says Outlast Trials data mining information leaked PlayStation master map. Oh, okay. So essentially, there's different difficulties, and the hard mode was either master or insane difficulty. I forget what it was called. I thought it was called insane, and we didn't actually get a chance to try it. But you can actually see there's certain NPCs, and I'll be going over this in my. You can't see it because I'm looking at it, but I'll be going over this in my, on the main channel. I'll be going over all the different leaked NPCs that we haven't seen yet. But, there's a lot of different leaks here, and my biggest thing is, will Red Barrels actually sue these guys or try and go after them? Because. And you can't be like, wow, that sounds a little ridiculous. You can't say that because last time I checked, the guy that leaked a lot of the GTA 6 stuff, I think he was like a teenager, he's some kid. He actually, I think he's in jail currently. I think he was tried as an adult too, due to doing something that illegal. And when you leak any type of stuff, when you leak any type of stuff that isn't released, and that's essentially against DMCA. I did not get copyrighted on my video, so I didn't get any copyright strikes, and I didn't have to take down my video. So I just did. I pretty much wanted to test the waters by editing a leak video just to see if YouTube actually goes after me for that, which I don't think they will. Because if anything, I am following I'm not demonetized on my shorts or my video I got up this morning. But I am following protocol. I am following because I did take this information from another YouTube channel that leaked it. So yeah. I think I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be sued. Potentially, those kids that are leaking this information, and I call them kids because I believe they are, from what I've learned about them. But I believe they don't know what they're getting into, and the reason I say that is because of the GTA 6 incident, where people were leaking GTA 6 information or that individual. And essentially, they went to court. So, and if they couldn't afford it, then I believe they went after the family. So they weren't going to win that one, which is just disgraceful. But what I'm doing, I'm literally just watching what's on YouTube. So I also deleted the closed beta, like a conforming citizen of Murkoff. Anyways, so no, I'm not leaking this myself. I'm just reacting to the leaks and going over the leaks and what I think of them. But to be honest with you, it does give me content, and it's giving me content to post, so I don't really mind the leaks. I guess I'm just more concerned for the people leaking the information and essentially wondering, are they going to go to court for this? But we've gone over 2 videos so far. We'll be going over the rest on Wolfium on his YouTube channel page, and also Fantanium, which also has some more leaks. And I don't know if it's the same person with just 2 different channels, and he also tried to promote his other channel, or it's two different people, and he was just promoting his friend in one of the videos. And the video is called "The Outlast Trials Beta: Some Big Grunt and Other Enemy Weapons," where he promoted the other channel, the Wolfian one. So I don't know if it's the same person or two different people, but they did get some normal gameplay as well, and they got some other garbage at the bottom. Chad shield build. I don't know what that is. Just like a whole other game. But we're focusing on the leaks here. So yeah, I do think the leaks are good. I think they're decent. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. I can't see Red Barrels suing them or going after them for this, but it is this some of the stuff we did not see in the trailer. So we did see some of the weapons and stuff, but like we didn't see the radioactive night vision battery that you can put into your vest, and we didn't see, you know, the thing with the tub where you can actually like dissolve bodies with a bottle of acid, or it's like a jug of acid that you could pour into the body in the tub, and I'm guessing that's going to be some sort of thing. Very Saw-ish. You could definitely tell it's like Saw, and essentially what they're doing is they're you're you know, it's like what Breaking Bad shit. You're getting rid of the body with the jug of acid because the Murkoff scientists want to see how efficient you can. More or less, they're testing you on how well you can get rid of evidence in whatever trial that might be doing that activity. Because remember, this is based off MK Ultra. That's why a lot of the upgrades in my last video, I forgot to say, have MK in the front of them. So if I'm actually to go, oh, sorry about that. If I'm actually to go to this video over here, the other one I did, yeah, so there's different upgrades. I went over them in my latest video if you want to go check that out, but I'll just be reading some of the stuff out. So MK Radius is an upgrade for increased explosion radius. It's for the first module or first gear set that you can use, and it's like an explosive you can throw at the enemy that stuns them and enrages them. But if you get there's actually an upgrade where it gets rid of the enraging feature. So all it does is stun them, and then you could extend the period of time. But for example, the MK dash radius module, which is an upgrade for the bomb, increases explosion radius by 6 meters. So MK, standing for, or in relation to MK Ultra, is a huge part to this, because remember, this is all based off MK Ultra. So essentially, we're in the MK Ultra trials. I don't know if this is obviously this is a fictional setting, potentially, or maybe they're not telling us that they actually do have other information about MK Ultra that they've managed to seek out illegally, potentially. We don't know. This is a theory now. This is me theorizing. I have no proof of this. I just was kind of thinking this to myself. I know for sure they did talk legally to people that know about the MK Ultra trials, where they did LSD tests and stuff, and they tested even on their own CIA agents, because the CIA was running this, but could potentially there have been a hidden factory where they did do trials similar to this, where they did take homeless people and people with little life to live and people that were irrelevant to society if they went missing, and nobody would give a shit if they did go missing. Did they do this to some people? Did they actually? Because I know in Oxford University they did support the MK Ultra trial, the MK Ultra tests there, and they would test on students. Because I was watching a documentary on it where they would actually test on some of the most intellectual textbook, I should say, intellectually textbook smart, you know, conforming to what Oxford wants you to believe in what's smart, and seeing how strong their minds are, and they found a lot of them are actually quite weak, and they would conform eventually to the LSD, or maybe they wouldn't break. But from what when I was listening to the documentary, a lot of the information I gathered from that was essentially it did work. It did work. The LSD trials did to an extent work, and they did actually have a test where they could, as they're called, sleeper agents, which they talk about in one of the Outlast videos on Red Barrel's channel, where they were trying, the CIA was trying to make sleeper agents where they could just activate the agent without them even knowing they're an agent. Get them to do certain acts, like say kill someone, then dump a body in a bathtub and pour a jug of acid over it, and nobody would know. Not even the person doing it would know once the act is done and the sleeper agent is deactivated once again. And they would just be like, where am I? It would just be like, it'd be a blackout type thing. So that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to essentially brainwash people without them knowing about this. So, more or less, if you didn't know about that, now you do. That's what the MK stands for with the upgrades. But if we look at... There's some other stuff here I'll be going over in a full video, actually. After I record this, I'll be actually showing visuals and shit. But, there is a debug upgrade menu. And, I think he only shows the pharma. Yeah, he only shows the pharma, part of it. And there is neuros. So there's neuromeds, and for example, there is one where it's a med where it's called concentration. And it says minigames are easier, enemies are easier to hit with throwables. So there's like a buff to accuracy and also, yeah, more or less just accuracy. That's why it's called concentration. So even on the minigames, you have easier accuracy, so it's easier to beat those things. So if you're a speedrunner, for example, you might want the in the neuromeds menu, you might want the concentration upgrade. So there's tons of upgrades leaked. So with these leaks, we now know that there's tons upon tons of different upgrades that you can get. There's tons of upgrade menus, and I did record some stuff that I wasn't able to extract from my phone. But when I was recording it, I was talking about what if they do a battle pass or season pass type thing or a DLC type thing. Because you can't tell me they're going to just do 5 trials and then that's it. Because I'm hoping, because this is essentially a live service game. This is a multiplayer game, and they could keep supporting it. Now, I know when early access releases, they're just going to get everything up to full release, so no DLCs are going to release. And I mean, they could technically release DLCs, but I don't think that's going to happen. They're probably just going to get all 5 trials that they already have fully functional on all the game modes, fix all the major bug fixes that they need to fix, and if there is any performance issues, I didn't experience any in the beta, but maybe on the other trials there might be some performance issues they didn't catch that some people might. More or less, all this is going to be patched and fixed in early access, and then once it reaches to 1.0, the devs will release the game it'll be fully released. It'll count as a full game when you buy it, not early access. And I believe the price will go up then. So I highly recommend you buy the game when it comes out May 18th. And I don't think they're gonna have a pre-order. It'll probably just come out May 18th, 11 a.m. MST, so Mountain Standard Time, my time. Just convert that to whatever it is. So my assumption is, I also put this in my Discord in my event section. I believe it's going to start at 11 a.m. MST, and that's when you'll be able to buy the game if there's no pre-order. Or at least be able to buy it, then download it, and if there's a pre-order, then you'll probably have a pre-download. Sometimes they just let you download it on the release date. I don't know. It's a bit different with every company. But what they could do is, I was thinking, they could have this type of method where it's... So, let me just explain this. Sorry, if I pause, I'm just trying to gather my thoughts here. This is what I thought of. So, essentially, what they could do is they're going to work with early access, like I just said. But my theory is that I have two theories. They're either going to support the. Okay, so there's essentially there's theory. The third theory is the easiest. The first, it's the dumbest theory, and it's also the easiest to explain. And it's essentially they'll just like make 5 trials for the game, fully have the game functional, get it to full release, and then just totally forget about it and work on Outlast 3. So that's the first theory. And then people will be like, hey, where's the extra content? Where's more content? And they just won't give any more content. Or they might do like a little cosmetic DLC or some bullshit like that. Or they're going to be cool devs and they already have stuff pre-planned. Once they get this game out of early access, they'll have a full release. If it doesn't take too long to get this out of early access, I don't know. But like I said, the one guy said 4 years. So I wonder if they're going to take 3 years just to get it out of early access. And I'm guessing if they do take that long, let's just say it's going to take 3 years just to get it out of early access, then they're going to definitely release some DLCs or some trials or have a season pass. My favorite theory is the season pass theory because I'll explain why. And I know a lot of people don't like the season pass perspective because of predatory. There we go. Predatory, that's the word. Because of predatory purchasing and predatory sales. Because, and it essentially means if you don't buy this and it's timed, you're going to have the feeling of missing out. But all they got to do is have it so the trial or the season pass you buy just never has an expiration date. Meaning you're buying essentially a DLC that never ends and you could earn that stuff whenever. And say you're late to the game or you didn't buy that one right away, and say there's like 4 other season passes that come out during this time, you could just buy them all and earn them all over time. Obviously, you wouldn't be able to grind them all at once. You could grind one at a time, and that also adds more to the grind. So they could do that, where you earn cosmetics that you buy in these passes. Or they'll probably go, most likely, like most games like Dead by Daylight, Fortnite, I guess you call it too. Several other games like even Rainbow Six Siege, I don't know, a bunch of different games do the typical season pass. It's gonna be out for like 60 days, let's say, and it has 100 levels. And then they'll probably do something like that. And what they'll do is after 3 months after that pass ends, they'll probably release the cosmetics for purchase with real money, with some sort of real token in game that you can buy. So. But I haven't seen any other currencies other than the green currency to upgrade gear and the in-game coin currency to buy outfits and stuff with the in-game stuff. So stuff that doesn't cost more money. So I think they're going to go the DLC route because I haven't, through the leaks, been able to see any other type of stuff. I haven't seen any other type of currencies. I've just seen the symbol for the amount of damage it'll do, like certain items or certain gears, modules, and certain things like that, where it'll be beside the green ticket currency, which I went over in my last video, and that I got up this morning. And it'll show it'll be like a skull symbol, and it'll have a number beside it. So I'm guessing that's the amount of damage it does to enemies, or the effectiveness it'll do to an enemy. That's probably like some sort of damage leveling system, because it's not like there's multiple effects, so it obviously doesn't mean corrosive or toxic like the usual skull bones would mean. I don't believe it means that. Because, for example, we got one where it's a neuromed, it's called Thorns, and it says upon taking melee damage, aggressor is stunned for 4 seconds. And then beside that, it's going to cost 4 of the green tickets to buy. And then it also has a 45 beside the skull and bones, which I'm guessing upon melee damage resistance. So more or less, the aggressor will stun you. The aggressor will damage you, whoever that might be, and then they'll be stunned for 4 seconds, which is there in turn does like a 45, some sort of 45 damage counter. I don't know. It's beside there. I'll be going over it in the next video I upload on the main channel. So if you want to check out more about that, you can. But for the season pass, that's what they would do. But if they have a type of DLC type method, say they could do like trial 6. So say they are going to release a 6th trial. And they're like, hey guys, here's the trailer for the 6th trial. This is going to release here. And say they're still developing early access. And then they release the 6th trial. So upon also developing early access, they release the 6th trial. And they're like, you can purchase this and then you'll get a certain amount of cosmetics. Either they'll give you the cosmetics right away for free, or what they'll do, and by free I mean like you don't have to earn them with the in-game currency, or what they'll do is once you buy the DLC, you're able to unlock those cosmetics by earning more of the in-game currency, which is essentially you're buying more levels and buying more stuff that they developed, so you can keep playing the game and have more content if you're a content creator, or just keep enjoying the game and enjoy the extended grind. And that's essentially what live service games do. They expand upon the game, so then people keep playing it, so they keep making money and keep enjoying their passion, and keep extending the grind so people enjoy it, and also the challenge on the grind, and the content, and having, experiencing more art and content with your friends or your buddies, or just you and yourself, So they'll do that, or they're going to do the method where it goes through the battle pass, and what they'll do is they'll release a battle pass, you'll play through it, and then after 2 months of playing through it, it'll end, and then a few weeks later, they'll have another battle pass, or the next month after, once that ends, they'll have another one, and then you'll grind through that. Similar to something like Dead by Daylight, I could imagine. But I think they're going to go the DLC route. So far, since I haven't seen any in-game currencies you could buy, which, once again, if they do have some sort of in-game currency that you can buy, I wouldn't mind it. But I don't know. I don't know though. I think it's gonna be more. I hope it's not my third theory where they get the 5 trials up to par, and they just treat it like a typical Outlast 1 or Outlast 2 or Outlast Whistleblower game. Because those games were single player. So when they released it, the game was pretty much already ready, and then they just kind of fixed bugs. They didn't have to add more content in. It was just fix more bugs. But for example, Outlast Trials is once again a live service game. So as a live service game, you can't just more or less they're going to destroy their audience if they don't treat it like a live service game. If they treat it like a single player game when it's not a single player game, it probably is going to make a lot of people mad over time, or they're just going to totally get bored of the game. It's maybe not even angry, just get totally bored, and then just going to be like, wow, I've done everything, I've completed everything, I got everything, I'm bored. But once again, which will take a while, but after a few months, say 3 months of playing, most people wear away from the game, and they're just like, okay, this is like... and you'll have people like me, or the leakers and stuff, that will still be uploading content on it, but it'll definitely be slowed down due to no new content being added. But if I'm really hoping they go with the method where they release more content by either in DLCs and have a trial that you purchase, and then some cosmetics to extend the grind, or maybe even new gadgets or whatever, or which is like similar to Destiny. That's usually what they do. Or they might do both. And they might have the DLC, and then they're like, hey, if you buy this DLC, you also get the first few levels of the new pass that's coming out. So you buy the DLC and you got the new pass, And then what they'll do in between DLC releases, like for Trial 7 coming up, which will be in 4 months from then or something, let's just say, they'll have season passes, like 1 or 2 season passes beforehand, or 1 for sure, you know what I mean? To break up to make people still want to play the game and not get bored. So that's my theory. If not, I don't know. I'll record more information once I find it, and I'll list it in the Discord. But I haven't really seen or confirmed any of this extra content. That's pretty much the only thing I'm worried about. I'm not worried about any bug issues and stuff, or like the release date now. I'm just worried about how much extra content are they gonna add after a few months? You know what I mean? Because this is a very cool game, and I hope they want to create more content on top of that. So us content creators can keep making content on it because it's a very cool series, and also to keep the player counts high so the game's fun. Anyways, I'm gonna complete this podcast here. We're at like half an hour. I gotta record another video for the main channel, and I gotta do some extensive editing for that to get that up as soon as I can. And I might do stream on the main channel of Dead by Daylight. I don't know, but this podcast should be up this afternoonish before I eat lunch here. It won't take long to edit. Probably just be the processing that takes a while because it's just, you know, the cool effect I made, and then me talking with no edits, just free talking. And if you want more of these on the third channel, like and subscribe to the third channel and support the video by doing so, by liking it, and that gets it higher up on the algorithm. And if you want to support the main channel with, we're getting more subscribers every day. We're over 2,300 subs now. We're at 2,314 subscribers. If you want to subscribe to the main channel for more extensively edited content and interesting content as well, go do that. And we also have a second channel with extra content there is also as well. So peace out. Hope you guys enjoyed. And more podcast type talks, free talks in the future. Bye bye.